Valerie Mills,
course.
have you ever chased a tornado or any other kind of weather event?
Yeah, you know, I've obviously covered hurricanes here in the state of Florida, but in my time in Colorado, especially out in the eastern part of the state, you're right in the heart of Tornado Alley. So especially the Colorado Plains, did a lot of storm chasing out there. We get a good amount of tornadoes in that part of the country. So certainly I've done some of my storm chasing myself. And
you like hop in the car and go?
Oh yeah, we had what we called the storm squatch. So that was our
storm squatch. That's amazing.
I know.
That's what the vehicle is
called? It was
called?
pretty good. And yes,
that's awesome.
It was a big truck, and I would actually drive it myself a lot of the times. You know, we usually have a photographer with us, but there would be sometimes
you send Dorothy up into the tornado.
I mean, not quite.
Just like the movie.
Almost, not quite. There's some movie magic there, but such an awesome story. Love to see Dave. Cool. You know, we were talking about that all last week. Really cool, and I love that he's kind of shining a spotlight on that. We need more of that.
Yeah.
And,
women
we have a girl who chases, or chased.
Well,
past tense?
Chases. Luckily, there's not as many tornadoes to chase around here. They certainly happen. We saw several of them with Debbie. So hurricane season does bring us our fair share of tornadoes. Of course, those kind of different than the typical tornadoes that we see spin up out in other parts of the country. But going to kind of transition over to the tropics, where we are still busy tracking Ernesto. I got a zoomed in radar here. This is the island of Bermuda. We had landfall just before 6 o'clock this morning. 85-mile-per-hour sustained winds. It was a Category 1 hurricane, still is, as that eye just now to the northeast of the island. So really, this is kind of a very wide, a very slow-moving storm. So Bermuda, most of today, going to continue to deal with those hurricane-force winds. We're looking at the potential of 6 to maybe on the high side, 9 inches of rain. It's moving at about 9 miles per hour. So slowly going to move north of the island today. Improvement tonight and especially tomorrow. But all along the east coast, we're going to continue to see kind of some of that wraparound rain and the high surf and the dangerous rip currents. Those really extend all the way up into the northeast. So today, tomorrow, it's that high surf along the east coast that continues as this storm really continues north and east into the start of next week. But for us, a little bit closer to home, actually, the winds around Ernesto are what we can thank for this much drier air that's moved into the state from yesterday into today. All of this kind of yellow-green color here, that's the winds driving in some of this drier air, which the impact that we are going to notice from that is a break from the really immense humidity we've been dealing with. We're talking upper 60s for some of our dew points this morning, low 70s. That's going to make it feel much more comfortable outside today, even though our actual air temperature still in the low 90s. It's not going to be feeling like 105 out there, and that's because of the dew points. They're going to stay really pleasant all day today. Even tomorrow, we're still talking upper 60s, low 70s. So really, this break from the humidity, kind of rare for this time of year, but it's actually Ernesto that we can thank for this. Then we look to Monday afternoon, we're right back into the mid and upper 70s, all of that humid air rushing back in. But other than the break in the humidity, look at our day planner for today. I mean, we're talking a lot of sunshine. Storm chances, they're not going to be there today or tomorrow. We'll really only see them across the far southern edge of the state where they don't really have the influence of that drier air. So as for today, we're going to talk about a high of 92 today in Tampa. A lot of sunshine, mainly light winds coming in out of the northeast. I think mostly less than about 10 miles per hour all day. Mainly clear for tonight. Still pleasant with that sunset just after 8 o'clock tonight. Low of about 76. Tomorrow, 93. Still, that break in the humidity continues tomorrow, the last day of it, before they climb right back up. Light chop on the bay, seas 1 to 2 feet. With that east wind, about 5 to 10 knots for today. We're going to hit our high tide just afternoon. And as far as storm chances, they start to jump back on the board early next week.